Find a comfortable way to sit, and we will connect with that breath to begin. So settle in, sitting up nice and tall, maybe a few shoulder rolls. Make sure your shoulders are relaxed down your back. Chest is lifted. Try to relax the hip flexors and just root down through your seat. Go ahead and empty out the lungs so we can breathe together here. We'll inhale then for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Really fill the lungs slowly but completely. And exhale, empty slowly and completely. Inhale. Exhale. Making sure you have that nice ocean sounding breath, that ujjayi breath. And we'll inhale together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And hold at the top now. 3, 2, 1. Exhale it out. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. And hold. Exhale. Inhale. Hold at the top. Exhale. And here we'll hold at the bottom for 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Hold. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Exhale. Hold. Inhale. Take 3 full rounds of breath here with no pauses between the inhales or exhales. Try to be still with your body, still with your mind. We're going to stay connected with this deep ujjayi breath throughout our practice. If you notice any thoughts creep into your mind, just let them go and come back into the breath. After that third round of breath, you can blink your eyes open if you'd like. We're just going to bring our right ear over to our right shoulder for a neck stretch. So you can stay here. You can also bring your fingertips out to the side off of your mat. So there's a little bit more of a stretch on the left side of your neck. Or you could even take your right hand and use it on the side of your head to help just give a little pressure. If you're doing that, make sure that you're just lightly giving yourself more of a stretch on that left side of your neck, and pay attention to bringing this right shoulder down and not creating a lot of tension there as you bring the arm up. For me, I like to take my fingertips there at the base of the skull and kind of run them up. Give yourself a little massage there while you're stretching. Keep your chest lifted so we have a nice long spine. Take one more deep breath here. And then we'll switch. So we'll bring the left ear over to the left side now, and you take whatever option you did. If you brought your fingertips out off of your mat, or maybe assisted here with your hand on the side of your head, or maybe you just kept your hands on your knees. We'll take one more deep breath here. We'll come back and bring both hands to the knees and just tuck your chin towards your chest, but keep the rest of your spine nice and long. So you just feel that stretch there in your upper back between the shoulder blades. Take one deep breath here. On your inhale, reach your arms up, stretch through the sides of the body and look up. And then exhale, twist to the right. You'll bring your right hand behind you for support, left hand on that right knee to kind of help you twist a little deeper. So put some pressure into that hand and knee. Look as far over your right shoulder as you can, and make sure you're taking the shoulders down the back, away from the ears. Take a big inhale, lengthen the spine. On your exhale, stay in your twist, but look over the left shoulder. So only your gaze moves. Looking as far over your left shoulder as you can, and keeping those shoulder blades slid down the back. We'll take another inhale and look over that back shoulder. Hold at the top of that inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, look over the front shoulder. Hold at the bottom of that exhale for 3, 2, 1. And then we'll inhale back to center, reaching up, looking up, stretching, and then exhale, twist to the left. So now left hand is behind us for support, right hand on the left knee to help give a little traction for your twist. Shoulders down the back. Take a big inhale. On your exhale, look over that front shoulder as far over the right shoulder as you can. Inhale, look back behind you, and we'll hold at the top of that inhale for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, look over the front shoulder. Pause and hold for 3, 2, 1. Inhale, back to center. Reach up, look up, stretch. And then exhale your hands to your knees. We'll take a few seated cat-cows here. So inhale, rock forward, look up. Exhale, round your spine, pull your belly in, look towards your belly, tucking your chin. Maybe a little pull on the knees there with your grip. Inhale. So we're going to move with our breath. And exhale. Feeling that stretch in your spine, but also your hips. As you rock forward, you should feel big stretch in the hips. Exhale. One more round. Nice, deep, slow breath. And then we'll come back to center and meet in child's pose. So big toes are touching. You're going to bring the knees about at the width of your mat, and you're sitting back on your heels, and then reach your arms forward. Bring your forehead to the mat. So if your hips need to come away from your heels a bit, that's fine. And then you can rock a little side to side if that feels good. I like to come up onto my fingertips. Gives me a better stretch there in my shoulders and in my upper back. And then maybe drop the right shoulder down, rock over, drop the left shoulder down. And then let's come into it a little more intentionally. Really reach the arms out long, little pressure in the palms. Fingers are spread wide. Take an inhale. And then on your exhale, you'll thread the needle. So you're going to bring your right arm across your chest and under your left armpit. Your right hand can face up towards the ceiling, or it can be down on the floor. You can have your forehead on the mat or bring your right temple to the mat. Whatever feels best for you there. You want to try to keep that left shoulder from coming too far up. Press the right arm into the mat so you feel a nice stretch in your right shoulder and upper arm and around under that shoulder blade. Big breath here. Take one more inhale. And then on your exhale, bring your right arm back out in front of you. Stay here for an inhale, stretch, reach a little further. And then on your exhale, thread the needle left arm now under the right. And experiment on this side with what feels good. Palm up or down, or forehead on the mat, or left temple on the mat. Take an inhale. And then move that left arm back out in front of you on your exhale. Stay for an inhale. And then exhale, press into your palms, tuck your toes, and let's meet in downward dog. You can pedal out the heels a little bit here. In downward dog, you want to make sure your feet are hip width apart. Your palms are pressed into the mat. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Each knuckle's pressed into the mat, so that takes pressure off your wrists. And you're pushing into the heel of the hand to try to get your chest a little closer to your thighs, and take a bend in the knees if you need to. If that allows your hips to lift and to get the weight back in the lower body and out of the shoulders, then by all means go ahead and bend those knees. We're going to inhale the right leg up for three-legged dog, and then exhale, plant your right foot at the top of the mat, drop your back knee, and we're going to come into a runner's lunge. So to set up, you want to make sure that you tuck the tailbone a little bit. Keep your low belly tight as you come down. So you won't be able, if you tilt the pelvis forward, you can come down way far down, but you're not going to get as much of a stretch. So keep the tailbone heavy as you come down, and you'll feel that there in those left hip flexors. Take a couple breaths here. If you want to come down a little lower, you can. You can bring your hands to the mat or even your elbows to the mat. You can allow that right knee to fall off a little wide to the right side of your mat. We're just going to take a couple more breaths here. And then we'll add a twist. So left hand will plant onto the mat on the inside of that right foot. Bring your right hand to the right knee to help you twist. You're going to look over that right shoulder. Keep the spine really long. Anytime you're twisting, you want the spine nice and long, and you want to make sure your low belly is engaged to help support your spine as it's twisting. And then we'll inhale back to center, plant both of your hands, tuck those back toes, and step yourself back into downward dog. You can pedal out the heels a little bit if you'd like. Just notice the difference in how that left hip feels compared to the right now. And then inhale, left leg up into your three-legged dog. And exhale, plant that foot at the top of your mat. Drop the back knee, setting up for your runner's lunge on this side. So making sure low belly is tight, that tailbone is tucked a bit as you come down. Breathe deeply. Use your breath to your advantage here, not only to clear your mind, but to help relax into postures, especially stretching postures. Sometimes we need to let go of any gripping that we're doing subconsciously, and breath really helps with that. If you want to come down a little deeper, you can, either on hands or elbows. Whatever you did on the other side, try to match it here. We'll keep our right hand planted on the mat, left hand to that knee to help with our twist. Look over the left shoulder. And we'll go ahead and bring both hands to the mat. Tuck the back toes, step back to downward dog. Pedal out your heels. Take one round of breath here in downward dog, making sure quads are engaged to help release the hamstrings. Low belly's engaged, pulled in. And then we'll slowly walk our feet up to meet our hands. You can keep your feet hip width apart, and we will bend into the knees, rest our chest on our thighs, take a clasp with our hands behind us, and lift the arms away from the body for a shoulder rinse. Make sure your head is hanging heavy.
Go ahead and release your grip. You can let your arms hang, and we'll come up slowly to stand. Roll the shoulders down the back. And then you can keep your feet hip width apart here for this. We're going to inhale into chair. You're going to sink your hips, reach the arms up. And then on your exhale, you're going to come to standing and come into a back bend with cactus arms. So draw the arms back, elbows back and down as much as you can, looking up and taking that back bend. And we'll move back and forth with our breath. So inhale, sink the hips, reach the arms up. Exhale into that back bend. Inhale, sink the hips. Exhale. Pinch those elbows towards one another behind you. Press the hips forward as you bend back. Inhale. And then exhale. And the breath is nice and slow, about 5 or 6 seconds for each posture here. Feel that heat you're creating in the body. One more. And then just release your arms to your side in mountain posture. Take a breath here. Inhale your arms up. Stretch, and then exhale, fold forward, bend your knees and rest your chest on your thighs again. Take another shoulder rinse. So clasp the hands behind you, pull the arms away from the body. Head is hanging heavy. Exhale, release your grip. And then inhale, roll yourself up to standing again. We're going to take some really modified versions of sun salutations. If you know sun salutations and you want to take the normal version of sun salutations, you're welcome to do that. We'll meet with our feet together. Inhale your arms up, really stretch, reach back slightly, and then exhale, pull your belly in. Nice strong belly as you fold forward. We're rounding the spine here, tuck the chin. And then inhale, lengthen the spine. So chest and gaze forward, a half lift here. Exhale, plant your hands, step yourself back to a plank position. And then you're going to drop your knees into tabletop and inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, another cow. And then exhale, downward dog. So tuck the toes, lift those hips up. Inhale, walk, step, or hop forward to the top of your mat and lengthen. Half lift again. Exhale, fold. You can bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, reach the arms up, come back up to standing, stretch through the sides of the body. Exhale, fold, keeping that belly tight. Rounding, and then inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back to your plank. Inhale, drop the knees, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, back to downward dog. Inhale, walk, step, or hop to the top of your mat and lengthen your spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come back up to standing. We'll do that one more time. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, down dog. Inhale to the top of your mat and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale your arms up, come back up to standing. Going into eagle, you're going to exhale your right arm under the left for eagle arms. Cross elbows and wrists, palms touch, thumbs towards you, or you can modify by grabbing opposite shoulders. Sink your hips.
Bring the right leg up and over, crossing the legs, twisting tight, maybe tucking the right toes under the left calf. Pull the elbows down, broaden the chest. Feel that release of tension in the neck and shoulders. Keep your upper body back. Try to stack shoulders over the hips. Sink the hips a little lower. One last breath here. And then inhale to release. Reach up. Exhale, left arm under now. Sink the hips. Take your seat and then wrap that left leg high up and over the right. Pulling down on the elbows. Twisting everything tight here. Broaden the chest. And then we'll inhale, release. Exhale, arms to your side. Take a breath here in mountain pose. And then we'll take tree. So plant your left foot into the mat, bring your right foot up. So we're going to shift forward into balancing stick from this tree. So you don't necessarily want to bring that right leg up to half lotus. Just bring it to the inside, that foot to the inside of the left leg. Just don't press up against your knee. Root down into your left foot. Palms to heart center. On your inhale, interlace your fingers and release the index fingers. Lift the arms up overhead. Glue your biceps to your ears and exhale. Teeter forward. Chest comes down. That right leg lifts. Reach in opposite directions. Really point the right toes. Reach with the hands. Keep those arms level with the ears. Squeeze the palms together. Pull the belly in. And then exhale, release. Coming into tree on the other side. Left foot to the inside of the right leg. Hands to heart center. Root down into that right foot. Lengthen on your inhales. Lighten. And then we'll interlace our fingers. Release the index fingers. Inhale. Reach the arms up overhead. Exhale. Pull the belly in. Left leg lifts behind you. Keep that left hip down in line with the right. And release. Back to standing. Left foot meets the right. Mountain pose. Take a breath. And then you can just turn to the left side of your mat and open out for a wide leg stretch. So nice wide stance here, toes slightly inward. You want your feet right below your wrists. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold forward, hinging at the waist. Nice long spine coming down. Grab for the outside of your heels if you can. If you can't get there, grab your ankles or your calves, but make sure your spine stays long. So we don't want any rounding in our spine as we come down. You want to roll the weight forward into the balls of the feet. Let your head hang. Nice little inversion to wake you up midday. Inhale, halfway up, looking forward. Pause there for an exhale and to bring your hands to your hips. And then inhale all the way to standing. We'll turn our right toes towards the front of our mat and bend into that front knee. Come into warrior two. So when you look down, you should be able to see the right big toe on the inside of that right knee, telling you that your knee's tracking where it needs to be. It's not coming inward. You're feeling that stretch in the hips. Shoulders down the back, away from the ears. Reach those arms strong in opposite directions. Glue the fingers together. And then we'll push into that right foot. Turn the right toes in, left toes towards the back of your mat. Bend into the left knee. Again, checking to make sure you can see the big toe on the inside of that knee. Looking over your left fingertips. Right glute is slightly engaged. That right leg is strong. Push into that back foot. And
Then we'll come out, turning the left toes in as well. Turn towards the front of your mat. Just place your hands on your mat and step yourself back to downward dog. Inhale your right leg up, nice and high, and then exhale. We're going to bring it through, setting up for pigeon. So right knee comes behind that right wrist. Slide your left leg straight back behind you. Make sure your toes are pointed straight back behind you as well. You'll get a better stretch in your left hip flexor. So you can have something under your right hip for support if you need it. You can bring this right foot back towards your left hip if that's too intense of a stretch. And you can sit up, a couple options here. You can sit up, take a clasp with your hands, and take this as a back bend, still feeling a nice stretch in the hips. Or you can come down over that right leg and take more of a stretch with this. So you can stack two fists to rest your head. Maybe you can rest your head on your mat, but try to release any unnecessary tension in the neck and shoulders there so that you can breathe deeply into your right hip. Releasing tension there. Try to surrender to the posture and just let gravity do the work. Last breath. And then we'll roll over to that right hip, swing left leg around, and take a stretch here. So right foot's on the inside of that left leg. Keep your leg straight here and grab your lowest grip. So maybe it's your shin, your ankle, maybe you can grab your foot with your hands. But then with your grip, inhale, nice long spine, pull the belly in, and then exhale. Try to think about bringing the chest forward towards the toes as you hinge at the waist to fold forward. When you can't go anymore, just relax the head. We'll take 3 deep breaths here. And then on your inhale, come on up. Keep the left leg straight and take this right foot, cross it over the left. So right ankle and left knee are touching. We're going to take a twist. Right hand will be behind you for support. Inhale the left arm up and exhale. Try to hook the arm on the outside of the right leg, pushing the elbow into the knee, looking as far over your right shoulder as you can, keeping the belly button drawn back towards the spine. One more deep breath. And we'll release. Let's come back through down dog so we can set up for our pigeon. So once you're in down dog, lift the left leg up and then exhale, bring it forward. Drop that knee behind the left wrist. Slide your right leg straight back behind you. Setting up whatever you did on the other side, maybe taking that back bend into the stretch. 3 deep breaths. Release tension in that left hip, in that entire left leg. Let your exhales relax you. After that 3rd breath, come back up, swinging right leg around. So take your lowest grip here on your leg or your foot, and then inhale, nice long spine, reach the chest and the chin for those toes as you come down, and then relax your head when you can't fold any further. 3 breaths. Inhale back up. Keep that right leg long and just cross your left ankle over the right knee. Left hand behind you to sit up really tall. Inhale, reach the right arm up.
And exhale, twist. Last breath. And release. Lay down on your back. We're going to finish up here with a quick happy baby and then Shavasana. So lay down on your back. You're going to bring your feet to face the ceiling. Reach for the outside of your feet with your hands and bring the knees to either side of the torso. You can always grab behind the legs if you need to modify. Put a little kick into your grip so you feel that low back release down. You can rock a little side to side if you'd like. Give yourself a little massage. One more deep breath. And then release down into Shavasana, completely relaxing and letting go. Taking one last big inhale through your nose, big exhale out through your mouth. And with that exhale, you release all tension, all thoughts. No more controlling the breath. Stay in your Shavasana as long as you can. Enjoy this moment, this time for yourself. Thanks for joining me. Namaste.